As Men's Health fans, we know you'll be passionate about the food you eat and what it can do for your body. However, 72% of our digital readers revealed after being more inclined to eat certain types of foods if they positively impact the planet. So it's obvious our food no longer needs to be just good for us, but for the world around us too. That's why Men's Health is sending me out to California to investigate the rumours and myths surrounding the state's biggest agricultural export, almonds. But before I head to California, I want to find out just how healthy almonds are. So we know that nuts are healthy for us, but how good are almonds for men's health?
For men in particular, they're a source of protein, and protein is so important for our muscles. Almonds are a really good source of zinc, and zinc helps to maintain normal levels of testosterone in the blood. There's also plenty of nutrients in almonds which are important for our bones: calcium, phosphorus and magnesium.
Are they good for giving us energy?
So they contain a variety of B vitamins, and these are really great for helping to release the energy from food.
Thanks for all the nutritional advice, Juliet, but I have a flight to catch, so just let yourself out when you're done.
Safe travels.
Welcome to California, which grows 80% of the world's almonds thanks to its unique climate. And we're here today to speak to the farming experts to find out exactly how responsible that process is. First up, I'm speaking to a third-generation almond farmer to find out exactly how an almond is grown. So can you explain to me the process of growing an almond from start to finish?
Yeah, so almond trees, they live for about 25 years. Every year the trees bloom, and during that time honeybees are helping us move pollen from tree to tree, blossom to blossom. And then once they're pollinated, they just start to kind of grow right where that blossom was. And the harvest is really fun and exciting to see. We have a machine called a shaker that like grabs the trunk of each tree, shakes it, and all the nuts fall off. They lay on the ground for 7 to 10 days in the sun. We harvest almonds every fall, but in terms of seasonality, almonds have a great shelf life. So you can access them and find them year round. And when they come off the tree, they actually look like this. So they've got this fuzzy outer hull on them. They're actually related to peaches. Open up the almond here. There you go. You can eat it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good crunch.
No, it tastes better from the sauce.
Every almond that you eat exists because a honeybee visited a flower and brought pollen to it. Without bees, we would not have any almonds.
So it sounds like my next step should be to find out more about honeybees.
Absolutely, and I know just the person.
And that person is Josette Lewis, Chief Scientific Officer at the Almond Board of California, an all-round bee expert. There's a lot of bees buzzing around this almond orchard, so I wanted to ask, is almond farming good or bad for bees?
Well, research shows that honeybee hives are stronger coming out of an almond orchard than when they came in. Almonds provide abundant and highly nutritious pollen. Interestingly, just recently, research has shown that in that nectar is also a compound unique to almonds called amygdalin. That amygdalin actually can help the honeybees fight off some viral diseases.
So it's a definite yes?
Yes. In the last few years, we've really thought about how we can go beyond just keeping the honeybees safe when they're in the orchard to how can we really use the orchard as a place to provide additional forage and habitat, not just to honeybees, but to all native pollinators. We're standing here on top of this cover crop. It provides additional forage. Just like people, bees need diverse diets. The cover crop seeds that you want have a diversity of different plants in it. Here's some grasses. The roots are really good for helping improve the quality of the soil. And here is clover, which also adds nitrogen back into the soil and has some nice blooms that provide some additional food for honeybees.
It's like the main course and the dessert.
Exactly, exactly.
Now it's time to meet the man behind the Seeds for Bees programme to find out how cover crops benefit bee health. So Rory, would you say that the almond industry is leading the way in supporting pollinators?
I would say absolutely they are. We're trying to provide extra forage for bees while they're in the context of an orchard or a vineyard. So we started putting together university-led research on cover crop, how it interacts with water, how it interacts with nitrogen. And we're trying to help the bees and help the farmers with their soil.
So Rory, are almond orchards a monoculture?
We're definitely growing one crop. At the end of the day though, what we're doing with cover crops, we are adding an incredible amount of diversity into that system. This right here is a daikon radish. Kind of looks like a white carrot. Let's see if I can get it out. There we go. Very, very deep taproot, critical for water penetration. We use it because it puts a lot of organic matter into the ground. And you can see there's life in here, gnats and bugs, and that's critical for the soil. What's nice about this mix, they'll come in at different times. So right now we've got some of this mustard blooming, and then the lacy phycelia will come in. So we've got this duration of habitat. Density, diversity, duration of our seed mixes. That's what we're trying to accomplish.
So plants just aren't aesthetically pleasing, they actually benefit the environment and a lot of its wildlife. So I decided to head back to Danielle's to see how she's using them to better her farm. So Danielle, I see you've grown something here other than almonds. Can you talk me through exactly what it is?
This is a mix of different blooming plants. And these are all things that provide food and habitat for bumblebees, moths, butterflies, good bugs that eat bad bugs. But also it does good things for my farm. So it's like sequestering carbon, it's improving the water holding capacity of the soil. And that's in the short term, but in the long term, I'm actually gonna plant an orchard out here in the coming years. So instead of being weeds that I don't like, that are hard to manage, it's gonna be these things that have like benefits, again, for the bees and for me.
What are almond farmers doing when it comes to using water more efficiently?
So water efficiency is super important to us. We've already reduced the amount of water per almond by 33% since about the 1990s. And we have a goal to do an additional 20% by 2025.
And what are you most excited about for the future of almond growing?
I mean, personally, I'm excited to plant my own orchard and see some of these sustainable techniques come to life and be a proof point and example to my neighbors. But then more broadly, the area that really excites me is our hulls and shells and our co-products and how to use those in cool new ways. I think the coolest one is like creating beer with almond hull sugar, and who can say no to that?
Almond beer? Yeah, I'll drink to that. Investigation complete. If you're looking for a guilt-free, healthy snack that looks after you from the inside out and the world around you, look no further than the humble almond.